One of my earliest child gaming memories was when I had my 10th birthday party. My parents were super supportive of my video game habit. Not really, but they pretended to be. And so they actually allowed me to have all of my friends, of which, I had quite a few, bring all of their televisions, and we set up an arcade in my house. And I probably had, I think at the time I had just gotten a Sega CD for my birthday, so I had the Sega CD on the big screen at the time, which was 32 inches, whoa. Plus we had probably another 20 televisions plus 20 game consoles, and we had everybody in the neighborhood, and at the time I lived in Misawa, Japan, coming over and playing video games till about 4 o'clock in the morning. It lasted almost 12 hours, and probably one of my fondest and best memories in terms of, I don't know, playing games with friends, but at the same time, just great gaming memory. I was part of a genetic experiment when I was a kid. There was only two things that I was either bred for. That was to be a fighter pilot or to work in the video game industry. Actually, none of that's true. I knew that I wanted to do two things when I was growing up. One was either be a fighter pilot or get into games. And actually, I went to a military school. I was actually going to fly F-16s and change careers in between my junior and senior year. And so I sold some Dreamcast games to a guy named Mark McNulty, who still works here as the Xbox head of Xbox Test at the time, and asked him how you get into the game industry. And he told me, he threw me a bone and said, why don't you go apply here? So I did. I got the gig and started in test, and that's how I got into making games. I wish it was more about the genetic experimentation, though. That would have been a lot cooler. I started out in test, but in the end, I know I always wanted to be a producer, because producers get to interact with so many different groups. We get to interact with art, we get to interact with design. We're basically the glue that make games happen. So I remember Ken Lobb, which has been on one of these segments before, threw me the chance, and I got to work with him on an Eternal studio doing a bunch of crazy game design ideas, which was super fun. And then eventually I got to go work on bigger AAA games like Rise, Son of Rome, which I know many of you have played. And then all the way up to what we just announced at E3, Age of Empires, and the new Definitive Edition. And one of the things that I enjoy is working with you guys, the fans, and so I'm working on the Age Insider program, which just got announced. You guys should go sign up for the beta. That'd be great. You can come check me out on the forums. I'm Robey1, but that's what I love to do, is work with you guys, the fans, and get to work on the games and the things that you guys love. And thanks for the opportunity, because you guys make it possible.